Hey everyone, this is Crack's weekly recap of Game of Thrones.
Called Winter is Taking Forever, cause it's 6 seasons and where's all that snowfall?
It is just now getting here, and goddamn it, it's been a long time. Okay, so first scene we got Bran mind-fucking that tree.
That's right.
Which brings him back in time.
100%.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought, there's a reason why we haven't seen Bran's scenes at all, because he grew up like maybe 10 years in that time.
Yeah.
Like that kid is so much older than he was when he started.
6 feet tall, and he's got the never gonna give you, like his voice got so
That's
deep.
right.
And then there's young Roderick, who you know because of his mutton chops, but nobody points him out.
Perhaps the most crucial piece of information we got out of that Winterfell flashback, though, is that Hodor had a different name.
Yeah.
And he could talk. His
Hodor's
name was Willis.
Going to Dodge, my lady. Hodor talks.
Our Dolores Ed segment, Club Ed. We're checking in with Dolores Ed every week.
Yes.
So this week, Dolores Ed is really growing into his new role as the ride or die motherfucker in Jon Snow's clubhouse.
The only traitors here are the ones who shove their knives into their Lord Commander's heart.
It all falls on Dolores Ed, who used to just be like this ironically detached comic relief character, but
Yes.
now he has to like get shit done.
Right, and he's pretty good at it when he
Yeah,
wants to.
he hasn't cracked a single joke this season. He's all like, no, it's time. I'm gonna go tell on you. And he
Right.
runs off to go tell on Alistair Thorne and comes back with a giant. That one dipshit is just like, pew.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, I don't. And it's giant just bashes his head out against the wall.
The Night's Watch really lost their will to fight, I would say.
They sure did. All right, so Tyrion takes his sidekick Varys down into the crypt beneath the pyramids
Yes.
to let the dragons go.
Right.
To like befriend them, and it works. I was a
Yeah.
little nervous for him, but
Right.
it works out. And then once he like releases the dragons, they're just like, "Thanks, dude."
Right, they just crawl back into the
Back
cave.
into the cave.
Like what?
What
Why
were
did
they-
you? Where do they go? Like what's back there? Is there an exit back there that we
what
don't
do you-
know about? So Sansa and Brienne and Podrick, sitting out in the woods, decide this is probably the right amount of time for
Right.
Theon to go
We've
off
been-
on some other journey.
We've been fleeing for long enough that we can
Right.
stop and have Podrick struggle to build a fire.
Holy shit! I was getting so frustrated for him. I was like, man, you just take the flint and like maybe a little more kindling. I like really had passionate feelings about Podrick. Have you not ever been able to cook meat on this whole journey?
This whole trip, just
Has been cold coney for you this whole time? It feels like if Sansa had even bothered to look over at how bad that fire's going, she would never have let emo Theon decide to go on his
Right.
own journey. There's no way. The only thing I want to say about the Greyjoy scene is, I thought we had escaped this whole mire from the books. If it's super stormy out there, even if you're the king of the Iron Islands, maybe don't use the rickety drawbridge to get to your bedroom. So this week on Unnecessary Scenes, perhaps the most important was guy in the bar who's bragging about how Cersei liked his dick. I remember the guy who wagged his dick at Cersei. She wasn't into it. Is the mountain either able to hear all things at once, or is he in that bar hearing that story and he's
He
like,
was
I'm
just
gonna
there.
pay that son of a bitch back.
Yeah.
Didn't need that guy. I already believe the mountain can slaughter a person because look at the fucking size of that guy.
yeah, and we've seen him do it.
This guy smashed his head against the wall.
Like Joffrey was a little bastard, and then Tommen and Myrcella were supposed to be like the sweet ones. Now Myrcella's dead, and Tommen's like, I don't.
Like somebody boss me around.
I have nothing
really
to
don't know what to do.
do.
Yeah. And Cersei only really cared about him once she gave him, like he gave her that power, right?
Yeah.
Like wouldn't even make eye contact. She has the line, "It's
glad
good
to
to
see
see you."
you.
Not looking
Not
at
looking at him.
Right. And then once he's like, "Somebody tell me what to do," she's like, "Oh, good, you are my son."
I can do that.
Can I also say, what the f*** are the Sparrows doing right now?
Right, 'cause-
Can we talk about the logic of the Sparrows? I have a real problem with this organization.
Yeah.
Here's what it is. They show up to this funeral, you know, like Jonathan Pryce's character, whose name escapes me, shows
the
up.
High Sparrow. You
The
actually
High
don't know
Sparrow.
his name.
So the High Sparrow shows up basically to deliver a threat and shows up with all of his goons after threatening Jamie, and he's like, "You're not gonna spill blood in this holy sect, will you?" And Jamie's like, "Yeah, I don't fucking care about that."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Good, me too." And here come like
Yeah.
35 guys.
He's apparently gonna rule the world with just a bunch of dudes with sharp sticks.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I guess so. Probably my favorite beat this week was the death of Roose Bolton, just because finally a bad guy dies, which is always really satisfying in Game of Thrones.
it's also another chapter of should have killed this guy.
Right, why, if you're Roose Bolton, why in the world, as soon as you hear that your son is born, you're like, cool, time to do that red wedding thing again and slaughter
Yeah.
my bastard son, because
Yeah.
he's obviously an asshole.
Somebody get Ramsay the out of here.
Right.
like, why would you hug Ramsay?
Why would anyone hug that mutant? I don't understand why anyone ever has hugged
He's been
Ramsay.
hugged 0 times in his life. That's probably why he is the way he is.
Right.
Befuddled old maester, like, you just had a son. And then he's like, oh. Okay, so Jon Snow comes back to life, which confirmed the theory that everybody's been arguing. The thing you hoped for happened. And the immediate reaction was like this like shitty kind of sarcasm.
Yeah.
F*** you. Like the thing
Right.
everybody wanted to happen happened. Like, be glad. Like, why can't we just
Right.
be happy that this character we all liked is back now?
The wolf looks up like, it's time now. Like the prank's over. And then he wakes up. Okay, and now it's time for us to do predictions for what happens in the rest of Game of Thrones this season and in the coming seasons.
Yes, game of predictions.
The first thing that's definitely going to happen is Davos and Melisandre, having worked out their differences, are going to Bridges of Madison County the rest of the show. Like, they will definitely be a couple. Maybe she'll cut off some of her fingers, and like they'll have a weird like bony hand-holding scene.
Well, Tyrion's definitely riding one of the dragons.
for
we know
sure,
that.
no question.
Don't know who Arya's gonna murder. It's got to be somebody, right?
Arya has to kill somebody that matters, and I swear to God, if it's not a Frey, I don't know why I'm watching this
It's
show.
got to be Old Frey, right? Sorry,
Oh.
one more thing. Hound is gonna come back to life. He's gonna kill the Mountain. He's gonna kill.
Oh,
Zombie
I like
Mountain.
that. Yeah, okay, that's the other thing is Melisandre and Davos, as part of their bony-handed romance, are going to go around just bringing back
Bringing
all
people
your
back to
favorite
life.
characters. Hound does come back as a zombie. Zombie Hound and Zombie Mountain become friends. Arya and the Zombie Twins makes a pretty good alternate history. I'm in favor of that plan. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching our Game of Thrones recap show. If you have any ideas for other sections we should do in the show, please feel free to share them in the comments. We're still
Still kind of figuring this out.
Yeah, still kind of figuring it out because there's so many new lands. They all need their own section? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, let us know what your predictions are. Do you think Adam's Davos Melisandre / is
Yeah, they're just going about resurrecting the dead and resurrecting the death in their hearts.
right,
You know, like-
resurrecting their feelings?
yeah.